Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Woods. Today I'm going to be reviewing lessons 8.1 and 8.2 in your Ready Classroom math book. It's the book with the kangaroos and the funky monster. Our objectives for this lessons in 8.1 and 8.2: fluently break apart two-digit numbers into tens and ones as a place value strategy for addition and subtraction. Fluently determine when regrouping a 10 is necessary and carry out the regrouping to find a sum. Fluently determine when decomposing a 10 is necessary and carry out the decomposition to find a difference. Use addition to solve a subtraction problem. Use addition to check the solution to a subtraction problem. All right, this is our warm-up today. So I want you to find three different pairs of numbers that each have a sum of 12. Complete each equation. So if you're at home, pull out a piece of paper and I want you to write out a number plus a number equals 12 for three different pairs of numbers. Pause the video now and then write out your equations. Okay, welcome back. So there's different ways that we can look at this. We can say, well, there's 12, it could be 11 plus 1, right? 9 plus 3, because if you count on from 9, you go 10, 11, 12. There you go, there's that 3. And then there's 6 plus 6. What number pairs did you do that were different? All right. So on page 189 in your math book, this is where we're going to try something a little bit different here. It says here, and let's take a look, and I'm going to get my pen out so I can circle important information, but let's read through this really quickly. Elizabeth has 35 toy cars. How can she put her toy cars on the top and bottom shelves of her bookcase? Show 3 ways. So right now we know that she has 35 toy cars. It says Elizabeth has 35 toy cars. How can she put her toy cars? I'm going to underline put toy cars on the top and bottom shelves of her bookcase. And then finally it says show 3 ways. Well, let's try this. I want you to pause this video and I want you to try at least one way, but do your best to do 3 different ways. All right, so welcome back. Let's do number 1, okay? And so I'm just going to make my bookshelf here. So I have a bookshelf, and I'm going to say this is my top shelf right here. This is my bottom shelf. Okay, so I can sit here and I can, make hash marks and other stuff like that. But let's take a look at it a little bit different way. So we have 35 cars, right? And that is equal to, and I'm going to do some 10 rods. So 1, 2, 3, 10 rods. Make that those 3 10s, and then I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is pretty simple. What I can do is I can just look at this and go, well, wait a minute, let's do this here. Let's make that a grouping, and this a grouping. And then I can sit here and go, well, let's just put up, there's going to be this on the top, and that's going to be the bottom. I have 2 10s, which is equal to 20. And then I have 1 10, and then 5 1s. So it's 1 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, I just counted up those ones, so there's 15. So that's one way. Let's look at number 2. Again, we can use that, but let's take a look here. Let's do it like a number line. I'm going to change my colors to put some numbers down here so you can see it better. So let's say, so I know I have a total of 35. But if I want to say, well, I want to put 12 cars on my top shelf, and I know I have a total of 35, what do I need to do to get to 35? Well, let's see here. I have 12, and if I want to make it a 10, so, or a 20, so going from 110 to 2 10s, I need to add 8 ones. So I'm going to do a hop. I'm going to make this 20, right? And that's 8. Just added 8 right there, okay? And then, let's see, to go from 20 to 30, so 2 10s to 3 10s, ooh, I'm going to go here, and that's to 30. So I added, there's 10, right? And then how many much more do I need to go here? Well, 5. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 ones. There's that. You're going, oh no, Mr. Woods, but what about all those numbers? Well, hold on. Let's take a look at this. So I know that I can add 10 plus 5, and I can add 10 plus 8. That's 15 or 18. That's easy, but why don't we add up that 8 and 5 first? So let's say 8 plus 5 equals, and you can count on from this. So you start out with 8, and then hold up your finger as a fist, and then do 8, and then raise up one finger, 9, next finger, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 13. And then you have, I'm going to change my color here. So yeah, so now I have 13 and 10, because that 8 and 5, I already did that one, I did that one. That's 13, so 10. Now, the reason I'm doing it like this, where I'm lining these numbers up, I'm going to show you here in a moment. Just hold on a second. I want to notice how, there we go, I'm going to draw a line through those numbers. So if you remember, the ones are on the right and the 10s are on the left. So we're adding up the ones here on the right. So 3 plus 0 is 3. And then we're adding up the 10s. So that's, I'm going to say that's 1, 2, oh, there's, oh. So if I have, now, if I start out with 12 here at the top shelf, so I'm just going to put it over here, 12. Then I'm going to have to put 23 at the bottom. I'm going to come back to all these numbers here in a moment. Third way. Let's take a look at a third way. So if I say, let me get another color here. Use red again. So this is number 3. Okay. So how many cars do you want to have on top? Let's say you want 22. So I'm going to put 22 over here. I'm going to put 22. Right? And so I'm going, okay, well, wait a minute. I can say 35. Okay. And then I'm going to put a smaller number underneath, 22. And I'm going to subtract that. So I'm going to use subtraction. So I'm going to see how that's a minus sign. And I'm going to draw my line through here because I'm separating my 10s from my 1s. Okay, so as long as the bottom number right here in the ones column is less than the top, it's really easy. Hold up your hand, 5. Take away 2. How many fingers are still up? 3. Okay, same thing here. I have 3 10s at the top and 2 10s. I'm subtracting 2 10s. So 3 minus 2 is 1. And that's going to give me 13. But wait, we're not done. Let's validate. Let's verify everything. So there's that 12 and 30, 23, 22, and 13. Remember, the whole, because these are parts, the whole is 35. So 0 plus 5 is color here. I'm just going to use red for all of them. So 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. Oops. Not cooperating. Let's try that again. It's 5. And 2 plus 1 is 3. There's 35. That's our whole. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Or 1 10 plus 2 tens is 3 tens. So that's 35. Look at that. Again here, 2 ones plus 3 ones is 5. And 2 tens plus 1 10 is 3 tens. So they all add up to 35 there. We validated our answers. Those are 3 different ways. What are your ways? Next page. Okay, so now we're on page 190. And it says here, well, it says, look back in ways that Elizabeth can put her toy cars on the top and the bottom shelves of the bookcase. You know, and what are the 3 ways? So let's take a look back. So first, I used base 10 rods and 1 unit. So I can say number 1. Let's see here. 1. I use 10 rods. I was trying to do something else here. And 1 units. Number 2. Wow. Come on. Number 2. What did we do? Let's take a look back. Oh, I used a number line. Use an open number line. There we go. And then let's take a look back here. I just used standard subtraction. I just used the standard algorithm. That's what we call it. So again, we go here and 3. Use the standard algorithm. So there you go. Those are the 3 ways that we can do it. Write down what way that you did it. I want to see it. Let's hear about it. Okay, now let's take a look at number 2. It says look ahead. You can use different strategies to solve addition and subtraction problems. Think about this problem. Gary has 50 marbles. What are some different ways he can put them all into 2 bags? Complete the equation to show 3 different ways. Okay, well, let's take a look at this again. So what plus what is equal to 50? Well, I know that 3 tens plus 2 tens is equal to 50, right? So let's see here. I just want to do this here. So 30. We're just going to validate this here. 20. I'm going to add that up. I'm going to draw my line down the middle. And I highly encourage you to do this right now. You know, when you get a little bit better and your writing is better, you'll be able to do this without having to draw the line. But here we go. So 0 plus 0, 1s is 0. 3 tens plus 2 tens is 5 tens. There we go. So validated that 30 plus 20 is equal to 50. Now, let's take a look at this. So 50 minus something, so say 30. And if you remember, we were doing like our number bonds and such, so we had 50 at the top, and then 30 and 20. And I just want to make it like this. Here we go. Remember those number bonds where we have our whole at the top and part. So 50 minus 30 is equal to 20. And then 50 is also equal to 20 plus 30. Hopefully you tried this yourself. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, so here, this is going to be homework. I want you to do this. I will show you a couple of things here, but I want you to fill this out. It says here, think about what you know about different ways to add and subtract. Fill in each box. Use words, numbers, and pictures. Show as many ideas as you can. So what I can do is I can have some equations. I can say like, let's say 68 minus 29 equals something, right? And I'm just going to use a question mark after that. And then how would I solve that? That could be a number line. It could be base 10 blocks and such. I can give other examples. Let's just say I come over here and I draw a number line. Now I'd want to have an equation to go with that. Now it could be adding. So maybe let's go back here and let's say 33 plus 22. That equals something. So how would you figure that out? Remember, where does the larger number go on that number line? Okay, how do you do that? How do you figure it out? You have a question mark over here and you're trying to add all that together. I want you to write down your different strategies that you can use to add and subtract numbers. That's on page 191, part of your homework. So number 2 on page 191 says here, Clark solves a question mark, so that's your unknown right here. Minus 23 is equal to 19. By counting up on a number line, did he use his strategy correctly? So notice he's counting up. So he went from 19, right? And he added 1. He was making a 10. This is making that 10 right here. So 19 plus 1 is equal to 20. And then he needs to get to 23. So he has 20 or 2 10s. He adds 3 1s to make it 2 10s and 3 10s, so 23. I want you to explain how he did this. See how I was explaining it? I want you to write it out and explain it. Now on page 192, solve the problem. Show your work. Okay, here we go. Diana has 42 dolls. How can she put her dolls on the top and bottom shelves of her bookcase? Show 3 ways. Let's look at this again. Diana has 42 dolls. How can she put her dolls on the top and bottom shelves, right? So there's 2 different layers of her bookcase. And then it says here, show 3 ways. So you need to say 1, do it this way, 2, do it this way, and then 3, do it this way. Look back. Take a look how it was done before with the cars. It says check your answer. Remember how I went back and I checked all the answers where I drew the line, I did the standard algorithm, and came up with the same whole for all the others. Okay, boys and girls, we're moving on to lesson 8.2. This is on page 193. And we're looking at this, and it says here, let's take a look at this. Again, remember, we're working with larger numbers. We had some addition, and then now we're doing some subtraction or whatever. Let's take a look and see what kind of problem this is first. At the fair, 39 students wait in line for a ride. Then some more students join the line. Now there are 93 students in line. How many more students join the line? Let's take a look. At the fair, 39 students wait in line. So we know that there's 39 students to begin with. Okay. Then, I'm going to underline that, more join the line. Now there are 93 students. So that's the whole that we have right now. How many more students join the line? So we know that, let's just do a number, I want to do a number bond here. There we go. I'm just going to draw my boxes. See how I just do this? It's just automatic. It just helps me understand the numbers that I have. And let's see here. I have a whole of 93. That's what I have total right now. So 93. And I know that in the beginning there was 39. And we're trying to find what this is here. What is this number here? Okay. So if I write this out as an equation, I can say, well, 39 plus a number is equal to 93. I want you to pause this video, and I want you to try this, okay? I want you to see what you can do with this. I gave you a little bit of an advantage to set the problem up, but you need to do it. So pause the video, see what your results are, see if they're the same as mine. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. So I think that this is just my thinking. I like how this rolls out because I have this larger number. It's definitely an addition problem, and we're going forward. I love using a number line for this. I'm going to make a long one so you can see how the hops work. So I'm going to start with, change my color. I'm going to start with 39. That's where we're going from. And then my whole is 93. How can we find the jumps to get to 93? Again, 39, and I want to add 1. Make a bigger jump because that's going to give me, so I have 3 10s and 9 1s. I add one more 1, put that up here, and that makes it 40. Now I have to make a big jump. So I have 4 10s, and over here 93, that has 9 10s. So if I have 4 10s and I want to add how many more to make 9 10s? Well, 4 10s plus 5 10s is equal to 9 10s. Do this bigger jump. That's going to be, so 5 10s is equal to 5 0. That's 5 10s. There's 0 1, so 50. And that's going to get me up to 90. And then go from 90 to 93. Just use your fingers, however you want to count it. 90, 91, 92, 93. So it's definitely 3. I can add all these up. Let's just, I see the book, they put it out horizontally. I like doing this vertically. So let's see here. So I have 1. Remember, I want to keep my 1s and my 10s in the same corridor here. So I have 50, so I have 0 1s and 5 10s. And then I have 3 1s. I want to add all that together. Go back. I want to draw my line. I encourage you to draw that line every single time right now. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. I only have 5 in the tens column, so it's going to be 5 tens. That's going to be 54. Okay, but we're not done. We need to make sure that we have that written out correctly. So it says here, how many more students join the line? And we can write down 54 students join the line. There you go. So down here, again, we're looking at open number lines. That's what I did here. There's other ways to do it: bar models, 100 charts, base 10 blocks, counting cubes, whatever you need to do. Okay, let's move forward. We're on page 196. So I want you to use everything that you learned last week, as well as in lesson 8.1, and then now here in 8.2, what we just went over. Let's read the problem. Ricardo has 55 stamps. He gets some new stamps. Now Ricardo has 82 stamps. How many stamps does he get? Show your work. Well, let's read it again. Ricardo has 55 stamps. That's what he has. He gets new stamps. Now, that's a big one. I like that. I'm going to underline that. He has 82 stamps. So that's his whole that he has right now. How many stamps does he get? Underline how many you get. Show your work. Let's go back here. Again, just to get my mind around it, I'm going to draw this number bond. I like number bonds because it's just so simple to visualize it. I'm going to put in there my whole. So my whole right now is 82. Okay, he had 55. And we're trying to find out this number. What is that number? Number lines, but you know, I just did a number line. I'm going to show you something different. Let's do 10 rods and let's do 10 rods and 1 unit. So let's see here. He had 55. So how many tens do we have here? We have 5 tens and 55. So 1. I might change that to my highlighter. Hold on a second. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he has 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 units plus something equals. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to decompose one of those tens. So I'm just going to say 7 tens, 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I have 7 tens, how many ones do I have left? So I'll have 1 10 and then 2 ones. So 12 ones. Let's look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 5 and 5 make 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens, and then 1, 2 ones, it's 82. Okay. So if I come over here and again, it's just looking at just kind of saying, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I already have 5 tens right here. So if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these tens away, I'm just going to say those are already taken care of. And then I have 5 ones, and I'm just going to put a line through these ones here. What do I have left? What do you have left? Well, let's count how many tens. 1, 2. 1, 2. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. That's just like an arrow right there. Well, let's take a look. Let's actually write this out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. So it's 55. Plus 1, 2 tens, and then 7 ones, 27 equals 82. I want you to verify. Let's validate. Let's validate this like you can't believe. Okay. Again, let's use the standard algorithm. 55 and 27. Adding it. Uh-oh. We've got something going on here. So I may want to go through and do a partial sum here. So 5 plus 7. Okay. You can count on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm just going to say 12 here. Okay. And then let's see here. So I have all the ones done. Now let's do all the 10. So I'm going to add all of these together. Oh, wait a minute. Let's draw that line down the middle so that we keep them separated. So I have 5 tens plus 2 tens. 5, 6, 7 tens plus one more is 8 tens. And I have 2 there. So I just validated this right here. You see how I just brought that 2 down because I didn't have anything. We've already added them up, so I'm going to have that 2 down here. And then I needed to add up all the tens. See that little strategy I did? All right, boys and girls, let's go to the next problem on page 196. It says here, solve the problem by going to the next 10. Oh, okay. So I have 58 plus something equals, and that's going to the next 10 is 60. All right. Let's see here. So 58, and if I can even just count on 58, 59, 60, so that's plus 2. All right. Now I have to get up to 95 though, so I'm going to say 60 plus something is equal to, I'm going to get as close as I can, so 90. So I have 6 tens plus so many tens is equal to 9 tens. Well, 6 tens, if I use my fingers and I just hold up, so I have 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens. Oh, I add 3 tens. And 3 tens is equal to 30. Uh-oh. I want to make sure I keep my everything in the right position. So I'm going to redraw that. There we go. So I know it's 58 plus 2, and then I'm adding 3 tens to make 90. So 3 tens. Okay, so I have 90. Then the next number is going to be, so it's going to be 90 plus a number is equal to 95. That's what we're getting to, 95. So 90 plus something is equal to 95. Well, we can count on 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. That's going to be 5 ones. I want to draw my line through the middle of all this, separating my ones from my tens. And then, so 2 plus 0 is 0, or sorry, 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 5 is equal to 7. And I only have 3 tens in that column, so 37. So 58, so therefore I can write 58 plus 37 equals 95. I can validate that by, again, 58 and 37. I'm going to use this standard algorithm here. I'm adding it again. These numbers are like, wait a minute. These are all ones. So how many ones do I have? I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ones. So I'm just going to write that down as 15 ones, which means that I have 1 10 and 5 ones. Okay. Draw my line down the middle. Now I already have done those. I have a 5 here. I need to add everything up. So let's see. Let's just bring that 5 down. 5 ones down. There's 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. 95. Got the same answer. See, I'm validating it, and I'm using this partial sum to help me solve the problem. All right. Page 196. I want you to try this on your own. So, but first, let's take a look at this. I'll read the problem, then I want you to try it. Number 8. Lee finds some seashells on Monday. He finds 31 seashells on Tuesday. Over the 2 days, he finds 60 seashells. How many seashells does Lee find on Monday? Well, he finds some seashells on Monday. I'm just going to underline it. He finds 31 on Tuesday. That's a number that we have. And then he finds, and then over the 2 days, he finds 60. So that's his total. That's his whole. Remember that number bond. It's just to help organize these numbers. So what's the whole? What is the whole? The whole is going to be 60. So that's what he's found over the 2 days. On the first day, we're like, I don't know. But on the second day, he found 31. How many did he find? Pause this video, take a moment. I want you to work through it, and then come back and I'll work through it for you. Okay, welcome back. All right, so now let's take a look at this. So he has a total of 60 right now today. He has 60, and that is equal to day 1, which is, I don't know, plus day 2, which is 31. How would I figure that out? I like the number line approach. I want you to try it your ways. There's just so many different ways. 10 blocks, open number lines. There's regrouping and such. So what I'm going to do, the number line, again, it's simple. It helps me organize everything quickly. So I know, so my total is 60. I know on day 2 I started with 31. We're trying to go from 31 to 60. If I add 3 10s, that's too many. So I can only add, how many, what can I do? Do I go up to 40? Do I make this a 10, or do I get it closer to 60? Well, I'm going to do it a little bit different than what I have been doing. So I want to get that closer to 60. So if I add 2 10s, that'll give me 51. So I'm going to say, so 2 10s is equal to 20. And that gets me up to 51. And then my next hop is going to be what? 51 to 60. I already have 1, and 1 plus what is equal to another 10. 1 plus 9. So my hop is going to be a 9. That'll make it 60, so 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. There's that 9. So what's 20 plus 9? That's going to be 29. So we're not finished. Let's get this written out. So let's see here. Lee found 29 shells on Monday. That's how you figure this out, okay? And so, wait, let's validate. So I have 31, and 29. Adding that up using the standard algorithm here. I'm going to draw my line to separate the 1s on the right with the 10s on the left. So 1 plus 9, that's equal to 10. I've already used these here. I just kind of spell them out, so I know that that's going to be a 0 down there. I have 0. 3 plus 2, right, is 5. Plus 1 more is 6. So there's 60. There's my 60 shells. So I know that everything I did is correct. Let's move on. So this is your practice. This is your homework. What you need to do. Here's the example. I'll read the example to you. And then, let's see here. It says here, study the example showing how to use base 10 blocks to find a missing addend. Okay, that's going to be the missing number. Then solve problems 1 through 5. So here's the example. Ms. Acosta's class reads 41 books in February and March. They read 17 of the books in February. How many books do they read in March? So it's find 17 plus something is equal to 42. So we have 17, so 1, 10. Is that 1, 10, and 17? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 ones. Plus something is equal to 41. 1, 2, 3. And then here's those 10s right here. This is a 10, but it has ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1. See how they decompose that number to make it so that we can say, well, wait a minute. I have 110 here, take 110 off. I have 7 ones here, take that and that. That's 6 and 7. So I'm going to have 10, 2 10s. There's 2 10s plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 24. So Ms. Acosta's class reads 24 books in March. Use this way to solve the next problems if you can. And I'm going to tell you, if you're in a quiz or a test and you do something different but get the correct answer, that's okay with me. I want you to find the most direct route for you to get the answer. I'm going to read this to you. So Danny has $26. His parents give him some money for his birthday. Then he has $51. How much money do his parents give him? So he has 26. Then I'm going to underline that. He has 51. So that's the whole that he has right now. So that's the whole he has right now. And remember, so this sounds like an addition problem because it's part. This is a part. That A a little bit better. So part, and so we have 26 plus a number equals 51. Again, I helped you set this problem up, but it's up to you to finish it. So, and remember, it says here, how many more blocks did you draw? Try it with the 10 blocks, or the 10 rods and the 1 units or the 1 blocks there. So how much money do Danny's parents give him? So you need to write the answer there. Let's go to the next problem. On page 198, Chen hikes some miles during the first week of his vacation. During the second week of his vacation, he hikes 18 miles. He hikes 37 miles total during both weeks. How many miles does Chen hike during the first week? Show your work. Let's go back here. He hikes some miles during the first week. During the second week of his vacation, he hikes 18 miles. And he says he hikes 37 miles total. That's the whole during both weeks. How many miles does Chen hike during the first week? Show your work. And that concludes our lessons 8.1 and 8.2. Please bring your questions to class, and best of luck.